This is a $1,000 cosmetic that remains one of the most rare and desirable items in the entire game. And what if I told you that you can get it for absolutely free in the new Dark Carnival event? Shattered Greatsword can only be found in the Treasure of the Cryptic Beacon that was available only once as a part of an exclusive event hosted on South Korean Nexon servers in 2015. I'm sure you can imagine there aren't that many of them left. And as you might have already seen on YouTube or Reddit, this treasure made it into the new Candyworks pool. What's really surprising is that it's not marked as a unique or a special one, just a treasure, which means it has the same chance of popping up in your shop as any other worthless chest. As a matter of fact, I've seen 2 of these things and about 40 rerolls on a random stream. People are stacking them up like poker chips. Here are the chances for every possible item and required candy. It does add up to 106%, but this is more so just to get an idea. It is kind of absurd that coins are as rare as an Arcana, but on the entire map that is not even unlocked yet, there are only 12 of them. In the Crownfall, even without paying a dime, we had a bunch of these, which was a problem because of double downs, but at least we could roll the Candyworks. We got a new pool for Couriers and Wards. Arcana list also got updated. Venge and Skywrath Mage and Windranger Arcana all made it into the pool. I guess it's because it can be purchased on the marketplace, but then Shaker and Wraith Gang Arcanas have most certainly not appeared in the new candy shop. Unique couriers like Amaterasu and Davy Jones remained in the pool. But now we can also get Aghanim the Wisest, which was exclusive to the last real event. What is possibly even more exciting than the Shattered Greatsword are the new unusual couriers that were exclusive to the second TI and have also been spotted in the pool. Drodo the Droffin and Mersey the Smeevil. They are both immortal and their quality is unusual, hard to miss. They will be infused with an ethereal gem that creates an effect and a prismatic one that decides the color. Champion's Aura 2012 ethereal gem is currently listed at 130 USD on the Steam marketplace, while Champion's Blue prismatic gem is listed for $70 and can be used on a Tekis or Terrorblade Arcana to change its color. But be careful, when the idea of a free Arcana was first implemented in the swag bag of the 2022 Battle Pass, at first you could take a Tekis Arcana and destroy it. The Arcana itself was not marketable, but the gem was. Since then, they changed the behavior, so that every item you infuse or extract inherits all restrictions. So if you extract the gem and it's not marketable, and you put it in an Arcana you bought from the marketplace, you will inherently doom yourself, as the Arcana will also become unmarketable. If you do get a gem from one of these couriers, I'd recommend simply waiting for another mini event where you can get a free Terrorblade Arcana. Vinoling, Huntling, Doomling, Devourling, Promo Bluepaw, Dolfrat, Brace the Zonky, and Waldy are some of the more interesting couriers that are now a part of the Candyworks pool. Night Statue is a cool observer, but nothing here is super unique. A few other things I want to mention. The Secret Rooms pack technically has the most value to it, as buying it will guarantee you 2 more discounts. It's definitely better than just buying price packs. If you're struggling with candy, you can always use a candy calculator that will get you your needed candy most efficiently. Alternatively, you could also use your brain. As for me, I had about 60 rerolls and I got nothing. So I've been collecting cute wards and couriers along the way, and I recommend you do the same, since buying something is 1/3 of a reroll, and at the end of the day, it's much easier to get candy than to roll something valuable. It is safe to say my first assessment of the event was wrong. Or was it? Second chapter came out and it brought nothing new. Ticket Smelter is still the most interesting thing on the map, and it remains the primary source of candies. And remember the unusual couriers that were arguably the most interesting drop from the Candyworks? Yeah, they have since been removed. Pretty quickly they closed shop, and the reason for that is very simple. A small indie company couldn't be bothered testing gem mechanics, so 4 years later we're making the exact same mistakes. While the extracted gems were non-marketable, if you place them in a Terrorblade Arcana or into another courier, that item would remain marketable. And if you can connect the dots, you will quickly realize that this is even worse than making everything marketable, because now there's an unquantifiable amount of Terrorblade and or Tekis Arcanas infused with Champion's Blue gems that are marketable for now, but if you ever extract the gem or replace it with something else, you will be pleasantly surprised. I'd be twice as careful with the cheapest unusual courier that can be infused with both gems. Basically, they swap the real gems for the fake ones, sell the courier, sell the gems. Sounds like a leaked GTA mission, except you get real money. But it probably was rare enough to not make that big of a difference. And besides, a decent looking prismatic gem just dropped in price. That's a win, right? It might be.